It was a quiet evening in a small town when Amelia shifted into her grandmother's old wooden house. The house had been empty for nearly 20 years, standing tall with broken windows, peeling paint, and a constant feeling of someone watching from inside. The locals whispered about the house, saying it was cursed. But Amelia, a rational young woman, laughed at superstitions and decided to renovate the place. She believed it was just an old, forgotten home filled with dust and memories. The first few nights were silent, except for the creaking floors. Amelia cleaned room after room, but in the darkest corners, she always felt as though unseen eyes were following her.
One evening, while dusting the attic, she found an old chest.
Inside, she discovered broken dolls, each with glass eyes removed, leaving hollow sockets. The sight chilled her, but she convinced herself they were simply her grandmother's belongings. She placed them aside, unaware that she had awakened something that had been waiting in silence. Strange things began to happen. She would lock the windows, yet find them open in the morning. Her reflection in the mirror seemed slower than her own movements, smiling a second too late. At night, she heard whispers, but when she strained her ears, the silence felt heavier than the whispers themselves. On the fourth night, she woke to the sound of scratching against her bedroom door. When she opened it, no one was there, but faint footprints of ash led down the hallway. The dolls from the attic were no longer in the chest. Instead, she began finding them scattered around the house and her bed, on the kitchen table, on the stairs each, one missing its eyes. Amelia began to lose sleep, her nerves breaking under the invisible weight pressing on her chest at night. Sometimes she swore she saw shadows with hollow eyes standing at the edge of her vision, but they vanished when she turned. Desperate, she spoke to an old woman in the village. The woman's wrinkled face grew pale at the mention of the dolls. She whispered that Amelia's grandmother had once been a medium, someone who could connect with spirits. The hollow-eyed dolls were vessel straps for restless souls. But when Amelia disturbed them, the spirits were freed. The old woman warned her, if you see the hollow eyes, don't look into them. Once they catch your gaze, you'll never escape. That night, Amelia locked herself in her bedroom, clutching a candle as her only light. Hours passed quietly until the flame flickered and shadows crept along the walls. She tried to close her eyes, but she felt their presence figures with empty sockets circling her bed. She whispered to herself that it wasn't real, but then she heard a child's voice, soft and broken. We won our eyes back. Her candle went out. The room was consumed by darkness, and Amelia finally saw them, dozens of faces with hollow eyes staring at her. She tried to scream, but no sound left her throat. They rushed toward her, cold hands grabbing her arms, her legs, her face. In her last moments, she realized she had become just another soul among them, her eyes stolen to keep the curse alive. The next morning, the villagers noticed Amelia's house with the windows open wide. If anyone dared to peek inside, they would see dolls neatly arranged on the shelves, except one new doll sat in the middle, with Amelia's face carved perfectly, and her eyes missing. The house remained standing, waiting quietly for its next visitor. And the legend continues, those who enter and disturb the dolls never leave with their eyes.